Hello, I hope you are as excited as I am. It's a pleasure and an honor for me to share this very beautiful moment with you. How are you doing? I trust you're doing great. Okay, it looks like the clock is going tick tock, tick tock, tick, was tickling. And it's the end of the year. The year is almost coming to an end. It looked like a few weeks ago we just said Happy New Year, but here we are. The year is almost coming to an end, and a lot of things have really happened this year, both the pleasant ones and some of them that are unpleasant. But can I ask you, what are you thankful for this year? Are there some things you know you're really grateful to God for in the year 2022? For me, I'm grateful to God for my mom. She really had some health challenge and she's okay. In fact, my dad also had to undergo 2 surgeries this year. But all in all, I was speaking with him earlier this week and he was fantastic. And I'm really, really excited to God about it. So what about you? What are the things you're happy about? What are the things you're thankful to God about? Can you make a list of them? A wise man once said, if you can think, you can thank. So just try and remember the things you're grateful to God about in 2022. And that brings me to a very beautiful story that is in the Bible. And this is the story of 10 lepers. You know, lepers are people who don't associate in those days, they don't associate with people in town. But here are 10 of them that Jesus met. And then Jesus told them to go and show themselves to the priest. And while they were on their way to see the priest, wow, they discovered they have been made, they have been healed. And others were so excited, I believe, and they continued where they were going. But one of them just thought about it and said, wow, this man that made me whole, that healed me, can I go back and see him? And then he turned back and went to Jesus. And Jesus asked and said, there were 10 of you that were healed. Where are the others? And it's only one. And interesting enough, a Samaritan that came to say thank you to Jesus. Now, this is where the story gets very exciting. Normally, leprosy eats part of your body, part of the body. And when it chops part of them, just the way chicken pox, you can see that if you've had chicken pox before, I've had one, you see some of the spots there. They don't disappear even after it is gone. And all of them had these marks even after they are being healed. But this one that came back to give thanks and appreciate Jesus for what he has done, Jesus looked at him and said, you have been made whole. And do you know what that means? It means that all the parts that have gone, all of them just came back again. The hands, if there's any place that leprosy have eaten, they all grew up again, grew out again. And he was made whole, complete, because of thanksgiving. And this experience is seen in the scriptures in Luke chapter 17 from verses 11 to 19. A beautiful story. You can go back and read it on your own. And that brings me to what we are sharing today, the culture of Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving? If I may ask you, what do you think it is? Let's just turn it the other way. Thanksgiving. It means giving thanks, expressing your gratitude to God, appreciating God for the things he has done. Now, if I can give you a simple activity, in fact, if you can, pause this video, take some time, let's say 5 minutes, and write a personal letter to God, thanking him for the things he has done and expressing your gratitude. You can even start with, dear God, comma, the way we write in school. I'm grateful for so and so. You could be grateful for the admission you've gotten. You could be grateful to God for passing your exams, JAMB, WA.T. It could be grateful to God that you are through with your first year, your CGPA, as you have called off strike. You are now back to school. Whichever one, just be grateful to God. Remember so many things and write a letter and say, God, I am grateful. Now, let me ask you, assuming you have 2 friends and one of them is someone that you give help, or in fact, 2 of them, you assist them all the time. You give them money, you give them advice, you're there for them, give them counsel, help them in time of need. And there is one amongst 2, one always comes back to say, oh, thank you for the last time. Thank you for the money you gave to me. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the advice. And there is this other one. every time, no matter what you do, they always come back with a new one over and over again. Can I ask you sincerely, which of them will you value more? Which of them do you think you're going to give access to your life more? Come on, it doesn't take rocket science to know. It's the one that appreciates you, that comes to say, thank you for the things you have done for me. And that is how it is with God. If we are able to go to God and say, thank you for the things you have done, of course, He will give us even some more. But we are taking our time this period to say thank you. However, Thanksgiving should not be just a once in a while thing or a special day we are going to do that. It should be a lifestyle. It's something we do all the time. For everything, even for waking up, we say thank you. For drinking water, we say thank you. Because the things you commonize, there are people who find it very difficult to do. Now, what are some of the lessons we're going to learn from Thanksgiving? Some of the things we're going to learn, some of the truth we're going to see from Thanksgiving is one. Thanksgiving should be our lifestyle as influential royals. As influential royals, it should be a lifestyle, something we do all the time. 2. Jesus gives thanks. Now remember, if we are children of God, we emulate Jesus. So if Jesus gave thanks, we also must give thanks to God. Now, our thanksgiving should not be selective. That's the next truth we learn from this lesson. It's not when God have done this, it's, when it is very big, I give thanks. When I don't feel. No, it should not be selective. Our thanksgiving should be what we give to God all the time. Next, a lifestyle of thanksgiving leads to gratitude. A lifestyle of thanksgiving leads to a life of gratitude. A life that is very grateful to God for the things He has done, the things He is doing, and the things He will continue to do. Next, we live a life of gratitude in appreciation to please God, appreciating and pleasing God. So when we are giving gratitude to God, on giving thanksgiving, our life is pleasing to God. Next, our gratitude should be from the knowledge and revelation of what God has done for us, not how people treat us or the happenings around. In other words, it's not whether people treat us nice, then we are grateful to God. If they don't treat us well, we are not grateful to God. No. It comes from a place of understanding, a place of knowledge, and a place of revelation, and it's not dependent on how people treat us. Our memory verse is from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 4b. And it's really a beautiful scripture. I love it a lot. And very simple. It says, Thanksgiving is our dialect. That's from Message Translation. So Ephesians chapter 5, verses 4b, the Message Translation, it says, Thanksgiving is our dialect. Wow. Can you say it after me? Thanksgiving is our dialect. One more time. Thanksgiving is our dialect. Beautiful. Now, as I gradually come to the end of this, as we wind down, what are the things we're taking away, and how we're going to apply Thanksgiving in our life? Number one, decide to change your mindset. Decide to change your mindset and attitude towards Thanksgiving. You don't need to receive anything to be thankful. Being alive and healthy is a big testimony. Wow, this is very powerful. Make up your mind that you will give thanks every time. It's not only when you receive a gift, but let it become something that is your lifestyle. Every day of your life is a day of giving thanks. Next, be grateful for the very little things. Be grateful for the very little things. If your hands have ever ached you, or you try to swallow something and it's not going easy, you will know that the little things of life are some of the greatest. So even for the very little things, be grateful. Next, make Thanksgiving your culture. In other words, your way of life. Let it just come from you. Be grateful to God, to people around you, to your parents, to your siblings. So just have it as a culture to be thankful, to always give thanks at all times. Next, decide to be thankful for life, for health, for air that you breathe, for many gifts that God has given you freely. Make a decision today and say, I am going to be very grateful. Probably you wrote an exam and it didn't go well. Probably there is something you asked for PS5, or you asked for a new phone, or you asked for some things and you've not gotten it yet, and you're going grumbling. No. You have greater things. You have life. You have health. You can breathe in. You can breathe out. These are many more beautiful things. Your siblings and all the people connected to you are still around. You have to be grateful to God about them and choose to always live a life of gratitude. Okay, there is a beautiful quote by the man Marcus Cicerio, very beautiful quote. He says, a thankful heart is not only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all virtues. Wow, that's amazing. That is like the baba of all the virtues. That is what thankful heart really is. I pray to God and I would to God that from today you decide to make Thanksgiving your culture, your lifestyle, and your attitude in appreciation to God for what He has done, what He is doing, and what He is yet to do. I believe that you've had an amazing time like I have. God bless you.
Morning by morning, new mercies I see. It's not by power, not by might, yo. 'Cause your blessings follow me, follow